See you later.
I just joined this meeting. Breakout room.
Okay, thanks everyone. I will start my session. My topic is let Jenkins be part of the Kubernetes. Yeah, I'm Rick and I come from Kubernetes community, but I'm not going to simply promote Kubernetes. No, I want to share my ideas about how to integrate Jenkins and Kubernetes. So before I get started, I will introduce myself first. This is my a screenshot of my GitHub profile. As you can see, I'm participating in a lot of projects, and I love open source. Open source can help me to understand and involve a lot of things. So yeah, I put a project, the open source best practice project first, and the second one is the main character of this session is Kubernetes devs. Okay, so if you want to know more about me, you can visit this page, and you can find the link of my Twitter, LinkedIn, and other things. Okay, and if you are already familiar with Jenkins, you must know there are plenty of Jenkins plugins in the Jenkins community. Now it should be over 1,800 plugins you can find from the community. Just like the picture, the logo on the corner of this page, you can adopt many plugins to power your Jenkins, and yeah, make your Jenkins like a powerful robot. But the problem is how to use Jenkins in your daily life, and I will give it a 3 typical use case. And the simplest way is standalone. You just start Jenkins maybe from a Tomcat or from a Docker container. Maybe you also can start it from in the Kubernetes cluster. And there is a very small barrier on this case, and but you will meet a big limitation about on it. And the good thing is you don't need to know too many things about the Jenkins inside of the Jenkins. Yeah, that's good. But if you have a lot of other requirements about it, such as you want to run Jenkins in Kubernetes, or you want to integrate Jenkins with SonarQube, Nexus, or other things, or you just have a very specific requirement about your CI/CD flow, you might maybe hard to find a perfect plugin for each. So that's what I'm talking about, the limitation. Yeah, the second is advanced way. You can do a lot of other things and a lot of advanced, but it requires you to have a high technical skills, maybe a plugin development understanding. Maybe you need to know how you need to familiar with Java development or other things. I will explain it later. So in this way, basically you can do everything, do whatever you want, but you also need to learn a lot. Maybe learn something is a good thing for you, but for a team, you might need to consider to recruit some skilled members. And the third one is community integration solution. Like Kubernetes, I think for now a lot of teams already adopted Kubernetes in their environment, but it's hard to just use Kubernetes, as I mentioned before, as a standalone way. You might need to do a lot of other things as to get to make it be easier to use. So a community integration solution might be better for you. It can share the cost with the community. How to understand the share the cost with the community? Like if of course you can integrate Jenkins with SonarQube Nexus. You can install all of these system or components by yourself, and of course you need to maintain all these components by yourself or by your team. So if you install like 4 components, you might need to familiar with all these components, so you can be able to maintain it. And yeah, maybe you also need to write a plugin for it, but you also need to understand how to write a Jenkins plugin. But if you adopt a community integration solution, you can take advantage of the power of the community. You can work with other people who is in an active community. Yeah, like us, like the Kubernetes community. Yeah, as I think the standalone is suitable for a small team, or your team yeah, just start to use Jenkins as a CI/CD system, and you don't want to spend too many time or let too many members to learn or maintain Jenkins. Yeah, this might be the easiest way for you. And of course, there are plenty of plugins that you can choose. As I mentioned before, there are over 1,800 plugins, and it is quite easy to integrate with other systems if you try to search a keyword from keyword from the Jenkins GitHub organization. For example, you can search Nexus, you can search Gridle, Golang, or other keywords. You can get a long list for those plugins. But I don't think it is always easy to use those plugins because maybe this is the tool set for community. Jenkins community can accept a plugin with a simple flow. Anyone can contribute your plugin to Jenkins community, no matter you contribute it as a personal action or maybe stand for your company. But another side of this way is some plugins are lack of maintenance, as you can see, and some plugins might don't have a commit over 1 year or several years. If I remember correctly, the backup plugin already don't have a commit over 3 years. I can't remember it. So this is that requires you to take a look at the plugin and about the last day of the release and the frequency of the commit. Yeah, so you can use Jenkins as a standalone way, but you also need to choose the plugins by yourself. Yeah. About the advanced way, of course, as I mentioned, you can power your Jenkins in maybe those ways. For example, you can implement your business flow with shared library pipeline. Yeah. What is shared library pipeline? In my opinion, it's just a Groovy scripts that can extend Jenkins pipeline. You can, if you already know, or if you try to search Groovy in Google, you will know Groovy is a script language which is very similar to Java. So if you are familiar with Java, you can write Groovy by yourself. But in my experience, it's not easy to make sure your shared library scripts, like how to say, it is not easy to write a unit test or test it manually. Yeah, it is not an easy way. And if you try to use shared library in your business, maybe you will write a lot of scripts. Yeah, but it might be hard to maintain it. Another way is that you can build up your own Jenkins plugins, but it's very cool. You can build a your own plugin, and you can almost do everything you want. But before that, please try not to forget some requirements. First, of course, you need to familiar with Java and Maven, yeah, because Jenkins is written by Java, yeah, almost all the plugins are written by Java. And the second barrier is that you need to understand the Jenkins plugin mechanism. You can find some documents about how to write a simple Jenkins plugin, or maybe you can find some videos about it. But the next thing you also need to consider is how to publish your Jenkins plugin. You can host your plugin in the community, or you can publish it in your private environment. No matter which one, it will make you have more costs on it. And yeah, the third one, maybe you want to integrate with other system like Kubernetes or Hover. But I think the open source plugin focus on to fix a common use cases. If you have a specific particular use cases, you also need to consider to write or extend it. Okay. About the community integration solution, you can adopt Jenkins X or Kubernetes. Of course, you can also find other solutions. For Jenkins X, it is based on GitOps, and you can maintain your environment with GitOps way. You can put your config files into your Git repository, and that's good. And Jenkins X can take Jenkins or Tekton as its CI engine, and but for Jenkins X, it does not have a it does not have an excellent UI, which it's only you can only use a very simple dashboard. And for the UI part, Kubernetes will have a beautiful and powerful UI, and for those users who want to who love to use your button and maybe click, you can try to use it. And for now, Kubernetes take Jenkins pipeline as the CI engine, and currently we also have a work in progress plan to support Tekton. Basically, it will be similar with GitHub Actions. You just need to provide a simple YAML file, it can build your tasks. Okay, as we talking about the integration, I think the most exciting thing is that Jenkins and Kubernetes working together. Why I say that? I will share 3 points about this. The first one is dynamic agent support. Before we have Kubernetes, maybe you can install your Jenkins agent in a VM virtual machine, or maybe of course you that can be dynamic, but for Kubernetes it will be much easier. You can have agent just like have a image. For example, if you want to have a Java environment or Java agent, you can have just have a image of GTK, maybe OpenGTK, and the plugin of Kubernetes in Jenkins will start or launch agents as needed. For example, you can give give a label name for like Java. It will find a pod template and start it for you, and destroy it if your pipeline was done. The second one might be the secret and credential. If you are familiar with Jenkins, and Jenkins will store some sensitive information into credential, such as token, username, password, something like that. But as we all know, Jenkins will store the almost everything as a file, which in a file system file, and but for Kubernetes users, they store their sensitive things in a secret, so we can have a map. We can have a mapping between secret and credential. If you integrate Jenkins into Kubernetes, you can just edit or create a secret, and it will help you to have a credential to use. The last one is CRD. This is a pretty easy way to extend the Kubernetes. Of course, I will have an example in Kubesphere devs to how to extend Kubernetes with Jenkins. Yeah, the cloud native way, as I said, Jenkins store configuration data into a file, but that is not a cloud native way. I have a table which is part of the mapping, such as in Kubesphere devs, we have CRD is pipeline. Pipeline will be a map of a mapping of the Jenkins job. So if you create a CRD pipeline, it will help you to create a Jenkins job, and of course you can modify or delete it. And another one is pipeline run. Pipeline run represents a Jenkins build. We also put all Jenkins configuration into a config map. And so you don't need to log into Jenkins UI, and if you want to change the configuration, you just need to change the configuration in a config map. For Jenkins build log and artifacts, currently we don't have a we don't provide the solution, but it's possible to use to store artifacts to S3 or build a log to Elasticsearch, and we can get the log directly from Elasticsearch instead of Jenkins. So yeah, I already talked a lot about the Kubernetes, so have a brief introduction about what is Kubernetes. Kubernetes is a distributed operating system for cloud-native application management. Using Kubernetes as its kernel, it provides a plug-and-play artifact, allowing third-party application to assemble, integrate to its ecosystem. You can get more information from the two links, github.com/Kubernetes or kubernetes.io. Kubernetes is the name of the project. It is also the name of the community. As Apache Foundation promote, I believe community is over code. So yeah. This is a picture of Kubernetes devs. As you can see, we can we support different rules. Maybe for example, developer, tester, or operators. A developer can write their code in a Git repository. Once the Git repository have changes, our pipeline will build it and do some tests and build and push image. Finally, we can deploy it to Kubernetes. So why Kubernetes adopts Jenkins as its CI/CD engine? As we can see, Jenkins is still is the most popular CI/CD solution, and it's reliable and have a excellent pluggable design. It is easy to extend it. For me, the most important thing is it has a mature and active community support. You can get a support or get help from the community from a forum or email list, or just create an issue. About the dynamic agents, I already talked about it. So I already talked about the Kubernetes. So what it looks like. This is a screenshot of Kubernetes. You can manage your Kubernetes in the UI dashboard. For example, you can change the configuration such as config map or secrets from the left side. Just click the menu of configuration or check all CRDs from here. And as you can see, I already enabled the Delphi components, so you can see the logo of Jenkins. For this environment, I install Kubesphere in a case ready. Actually, it is quite easy. I will show the CRF later. This is the picture of the Delphi projects, and the Delphi projects sounds like a for a small group or small team, you can create your own Delphi projects and have different roles, permission management. And for Kubesphere Delphi, we reuse namespace in Kubernetes to map to have a mapping between each and Jenkins folder. So this is a picture of the S2, which is source to image. You can build a image just select from a source Git repository, or you can build an image from a artifact. It might be jar or var, or maybe other thing. This is a screenshot of the pipeline. You can see the steps from the graphic page. It is very similar with Jenkins Blue Ocean. Actually, if you want to have your own dashboard or something like that, you can work with us and see how we achieve that. Yeah, the awesome thing is that you can edit a standard Jenkins pipeline script in graphic way or in the script way. Yeah. So if you try to read the document of Jenkins X, you can see Jenkins X provides a excellent and powerful command line. We also try to provide a command line to help our users to use and manage our Delphi system. As you can see, you can create, delete, edit, or even GC your pipeline runs. Yeah. Okay, this is a simple and experimental dashboard for in the terminal. We got the idea. We inspired it from K9S, which is a awesome project. So you can see the namespace of Kubesphere Delphi from the left side, and you can use the key shortcut and switch to switch different namespace and check the pipelines. As you can see, we have tips for how to use it. Like you can type R and it will start a pipeline. You can also create a pipeline. Yeah, I didn't have that page to create pipeline, but as I mentioned, we have a mapping between Jenkins job and Jenkins build to a Kubernetes theory. This is the theory of pipeline. Yeah, we put the Git repository address into a spec, theory spec. Yeah. So I think it is possible to let our potential Jenkins Jenkins and Kubernetes users to use this kind of solution. So we are very open to accept any ideas or any thoughts on this. So if your team also want to integrate Jenkins with Kubernetes, maybe you can try to contact with us to improve this solution, this project. This is a theory of pipeline runs, which represents a Jenkins builds. We put some metadata into the annotations. As you can see, you can get the stages and states or the whole states from the annotation, and this is and you can also get the build number. It's file here. Yeah, I already show you how we achieve the mapping, and just have a theory to do it. But we also have some potential issues. I don't know if you already know it, or you maybe your team might be already try to figure it. So the first one is support a unknown Jenkins plugins. For now, we have a project to assemble the Jenkins particular version of Jenkins and a particular list of plugins, but for some reasons we cannot support all plugins, all potential plugins, and the most the important thing is if you install a some plugins you might will meet the compatible issues. So we lack of a extension mechanism. The second is a cloud native. We still don't have a excellent way to get the log of Jenkins build or Jenkins. We have some kind of API server, or which is similar with the proxy. So if you call that API server, and the API server will call the API of Jenkins, but we don't want that because it relies on the stateful of Jenkins. we hope we can break that. It is similar with artifacts. And about this part, be aware of the changes from Jenkins side. Currently, we can create, we can modify, we can delete a Jenkins job or builds, but we don't have a better solution to get the states of a Jenkins job or build. Currently, we use API polling to do that, but it will cause some unnecessary API calling. So what is possible solutions? We currently try to do some research. For example, define a CRD for the external Jenkins plugin support. Yeah, like I said, it is still under the research. For this part, we might need to consider the backend and front end part. For example, if a user want to install a dynamic parameter pipeline parameter plugin, and we might to consider to support it have a API or under the UI part, which allow users to choose the parameter from the UI. Okay, the cloud native way, maybe we can get the build log from Elasticsearch. So we don't rely on the API of Jenkins. So we just use get Elasticsearch and get artifacts from S3. The third part is that we don't actually don't want to have a direct API call, and so event-driven might be a solution. So if we have a cloud event, so we communicate with the event center, and Jenkins also communicate with it. So we will duplicate it. So maybe we don't need to have a lot of Jenkins API calling, and yeah. So that's all I want to share with you, and thank you guys. This is my GitHub profile link. So I guess maybe we don't have too many participants, so I guess that's all. I will stop the recording.